All right, everybody, April's in full swing. It's time for the State of Lagoon video. Join us today on the XP project. All right, we are out here at Lagoon in Farmington, Utah. Actually hanging out in Pioneer Village right now. The district is testing that ride that we looked at last week, and it's funny, there's actually people on it. I don't know who these people are. It might just be like some employees or something. Obviously, like, they're not letting guests get on it right now, but I'm looking in there and it is running. I got kind of a shot of it walking in there. You can see on the screen right now. But I just came back here kind of to check out, see if anything's new. Not much new from last week, and you know, like I said, from week to week there's not going to be like a ton of changes, but I still want to check it out because at any point during the week they could pop something in there. But I'm just excited about this. The ride actually looks really fun. You know, the people on it looked like they were having a good time. I think it's kind of like a, you know, kind of like a cliffhanger style ride, but you're not getting like sprayed in the face with water, at least that I don't see right now. So I think it's actually a ride that I'm gonna like, because cliffhanger was one that I was never like a huge fan of. So we're gonna check that out. A couple other things, I do want to go check out Dracula's castle, because everyone said that there's some stuff in there that might be new. I haven't checked anything out because I didn't want to be spoiled until I get on it. So we're gonna go check that out also, and then just kind of walk around the park and see how crowds are looking today. All right, so just a couple things I wanted to mention. It was a little darker when we were here last week because of the weather, but today's like a super sunny day, so I'm able to see things a little bit better. So I'm standing here, right here where the pavilions are. You know what I'm thinking? This little pavilion area I don't think is gonna be gone. And my speculation was that this was gonna be torn out, because it just seems like this whole open space would be used maybe for the district, but I don't think it's going to be. And the reason I don't is because they've put the tables like upside down on each other. And I think if they were just getting rid of it, the tables would just be gone. I don't think like, it's almost like they're stacking them, like waiting to put them back up. So I think this pavilion area is still gonna be here, which, I mean, I'm fine with that, but I'm just wondering how much room they have back behind for the district. It'd be interesting if we could get back there, but you know, every time we come, it seems like the walls are a little bit farther back, so we can't get quite as close as we could before they started this construction. But I think this pavilion area is staying. I mean, maybe they'll just have future stuff down the road and add on to the district, which that's the nice thing about the district, is they can add on to it, because it's not one specific ride. Like you can't really like add on to Primordial, but you can add on to district because it's a whole like land. So, you know, they could pop a ride in there every few years, you know, every 2, 3, 4 years or something, and just make the district this massive land over time. And there's plenty of room for it, but I think for now these pavilions are going to stay. So this might be a little bit of an unpopular opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Back here in Pioneer Village, they've trimmed like all the bushes and stuff that are in this middle area right here. And I actually really like it, because I just think like bushes and stuff just need to be trimmed here and there, because they get a little out of control. And it makes Pioneer Village so much more, like it looks so much bigger back here, just with all the, you know, huge bushes down. And I mean, the bushes are going to grow back. You know, it'll take a while till they get as big as they were, but it looks really nice back here because you can see all the buildings, and I think it really kind of opens the space up here. And I didn't notice that really. I thought it looked like that last week, but then when I'm in here today, I'm like, oh man, they did some trimming. So tell me what you think about that. I think it looks awesome. All right, so I do always like to talk about crowds while I'm out here. So this time of year is honestly one of the best times to come to the park. It's busy, but not like insane. You know, it's not like out of control. The parking lot wasn't full. We actually found a spot with pretty much no problem at all. And there's some reasons why it's not quite as busy this time of year. Laguna Beach isn't open yet. It's a little cooler. Some people don't like the cooler weather, but I think it feels absolutely perfect. Sun's out, it's like 50-something degrees, but it's not like insanely packed. Like it would be like during you know, like Halloween time and whatnot. So I think if you're gonna come out, like this is like one of the better times to come out. But obviously, like I always talk about, like if you only have like a one-day pass, wait till Frightmares, because the value is just a lot better, because you're getting all the haunted houses as part of the pass price. But this is a really good time to come out, and it won't start getting like really busy, like really busy, probably till everyone's out of school. That's kind of what keeps this, you know, the crowd's a little down, but it's a perfect time to come out if you want just a casual day. So while we're on kind of a construction State of Lagoon video, I just want to give like a huge shout out and thank you to everybody that works out here so hard, because I'm sitting here walking through like the Midway area, and it's like, it blows my mind how fast and effectively they take down these haunted houses and put them back up, you know? I mean, in just like 4 months, we'll have these starting to be constructed again. And I was going to ask if anyone works out here, when do they start that construction? Just curiosity. But I just thank you guys so much. It's like, it's just wild to me that that stuff can come up and go down so fast and effectively. I'm just looking at the pavilions, it just blows my mind. Thank you so much. All right, and another thing, I know a lot of people just are getting their passes right now. They might not have even been out here yet. I just wanted to give some info on the parking. So parking right now is $20 if you want to just come in and park for the day. Preferred parking is $35. That's like, they'll put you like in another area that's like a little bit more accessible. So that's what the preferred parking is. And then if you want the season parking pass, it is $85 this year. I've got a little snippet there up on the screen. I just wanted to tell you guys that, because I know a lot of people haven't got their parking or passes yet. So just a little info on the price change there. All right, so I got a favor to ask you guys. If anyone would be willing to do this. So Primordial, I've noticed like pretty much daily now, especially on Saturdays, like the line's right about to the Primordial sign right there. Can anyone maybe clock that next time they're in that line and tell me exactly what the wait time is from that point, if the ride's running 100%, because I know like it'll break down at times, but I'd be curious to know, because I think that's about where we're gonna be with this ride for the whole year. I mean, obviously during Halloween it's gonna go back even farther, but it would be kind of fun just to see where that wait time is from that Primordial sign. All right, so Park Pro commented on my last week's video just to check out a few things. That's kind of why I'm out here today. You did say go check out by the Arby's, so I'm over here right now. I don't know what I'm missing, but for some reason, I feel like this stained glass window over here with the beehives on it is something new. I don't remember seeing that before, but if that's what it is, let me know in the comments, but I'm not sure what we're seeing, but the Arby's looks different for some reason. And is it the stained glass? Because I don't have a shot of this from last year, because I usually don't just videotape the Arby's, but the Arby's looks like fresh, new, and painted and with stained glass. Is that what it is? Because it looks really good. I just have never sat and looked at the Arby's before, just because it's just something that I've never really paid attention to. Let me know in the comments. All right, guys, and I wanted to also mention on Lagoon's social media pages, right now the Funnel Cake Festival is going. So I'm gonna kind of just read off some of this stuff. So I'm here at the Coke Plaza. That's one of the locations. So they've got it's just basically like special funnel cakes. And they only do this once a year. I love that they do this, because I think one thing that like makes a lot of theme parks like Disneyland and them stand out is like their special food events. And that's one thing that I think Lagoon has been lacking, but they're starting to do more of this, and I love it so much. So at the Coke Plaza, they've got one called Oh My Gourd, and it's a pumpkin funnel cake topped with heavy cream, pumpkin spice, and cinnamon sugar. Then at the Grandma Christie's, that's in Pioneer Village, they've got a raspberry cheesecake. That's the signature funnel cake topped with raspberry puree, cheesecake filling, graham cracker crumbs, and whipped cream. And then if you use a promo code, it's Flower Yum, you can save 9 days off of a single day passport. That's valid through April 5th through the 27th, just at like lagoon.com. I think it's cool that they're like running these little promotions. They used to do that back when we were younger. And speaking of the Coke stuff, tell me if you remember when we were kids, you could bring like a Coca-Cola can, like an empty can, and give it to them, and they'd give you like a discount off your park ticket. I think it was like a couple bucks off, but I just remember doing that when I was a kid. It was so fun. But check out this Funnel Cake Festival, because their funnel cakes are awesome, and they only do this like once a year. So they did move some of the penny crushing coins up here at the front, so they're right here by the iSip mix-up station. And honestly, I like where they put these, because they're really colorful, and this was kind of like a blank wall right here, so I think this looks really good, and they just like put a garbage can next to it. That's just something that was something that I noticed when I was walking in today. All right, so I have seen some videos. I haven't been spoiled on it yet, but I know that there's been some new stuff added to Dracula's castle. So we're actually in line for that right now. I want to check it out, but I haven't seen anything yet, so I'll give my reaction after we get off of this. I did want to say while I'm waiting here too, I want to do more like tips and tricks videos. So if anyone has like any like out there tips and tricks, because I'm going to give kind of like the obvious ones on those videos throughout the summertime and stuff, but if you have anything that's like a massive Lagoon hack, like you work out here, you know what's going going on, put that in the comments, because I'd love to add that in the video, and I'd be more than happy to, you know, mention your YouTube name and everything to give you credit for it. But I just love like some like deep hack tip for tricks out here that maybe like nobody knows. You know, it's like, while we're sitting here waiting in Drax Castle, I just wanted to say some thoughts. You know, it's one thing that I love about Dracula's Castle and Terror Ride is that they're that, you know, that dark ride feel, you know, and I know like obviously like the animatronics in these aren't the same as like Disneyland, but like a lot of theme parks don't have dark rides, and I just love that they have these two rides here. And honestly, I wish that they would do more, to be honest with you. I think that like Primordial is like kind of a step in that direction, because it does kind of feel like dark ride slash coaster, you know. But I just love it so much, just because it's so fun getting into like a ride car and like going into a dark ride, like where you kind of feel like you're going into like a different world. And I just love that about Drax and Terror Ride. You know, I really think this little owl that's in the queue area of the Dracula's Castle, I really think it was always like one of my favorite things in the entire park. I just remember being like a little kid and coming up and just staring at that guy. I loved him so much, and I mean, back when I was a kid, that was like top-notch animatronics, and I just always loved his little voice and what he'd say. It's always so hard to hear what he's saying. I did put like a short on this, but if anyone knows like exactly what he's saying, like the full kind of dialogue, let me know, because I'd be curious to know like what he says start to finish and how long that is. All right, everybody, so just went on Dracula's Castle. So I don't know, I guess like I thought maybe like they put like one little thing in there or something. They basically did like a whole refurb on that ride. And a couple thoughts. First of all, I just barely got off this, so I'm a little happy about this. The first thing is they added like a good amount of Dracula to it, which it's funny because I've always kind of said it's like it's Dracula's Castle, but there's not much Dracula in it, and so like it fits the theme now so much better. And well done on whoever did all this stuff. The lighting in the whole ride is completely better now. You can just see it's so much brighter in there, and you can tell that they've like repainted everything and stuff. And then like That lightning strike thing at the end, I'm not trying to like spoil anything, but the lightning strike at the end is really awesome. And then one of the things that made me the happiest was that rat. Like, I remember that rat, like when I was younger, was always one of my favorite things, and they really put him in a spot where like the lighting and colors looks really good. So I'm gonna put the video of this up there. My camera doesn't do great in the dark, so the camera and the video doesn't do it justice, but come out here and check it out. I love what they did to this ride. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for our April State of Lagoon video. Got to see a lot of new stuff. The Dracula's Castle stuff was awesome. District's coming along nicely. It's good to see that they're running that stuff. We're going to hit a lot more stuff kind of more in detail as the things go on. I kind of just want to come out and check out some of those things that were in the comments. If there's anything else that you can comment on, like especially that Arby's thing, just because I think I maybe was missing something up there, let me know. As always, I really appreciate everybody that watches the channel. Thanks for joining us on the XP Project.